変なことしてる人、なんか髪の毛とかつけてる、指とかなんかつけてる人は全部外してください。OK。で、もう、ちゃんとした服装で、全部みんなで出るので、OK。あとは、もう次がぶつけ本番になる。次から。
最後多分、
ลองไปดูในเพจดู
小林先生が司会の人にもうちょっとこっちにって言ってると思うんだけど、VR のゴーグルつけてる子のやつが画面から切れるので、もうちょっとやっぱりそれよりは内側にいてほしいです。
もうちょっと少し時間かかるね。
YouTube แม่งเป็นอีกแล้วโหบิตเรทเหี้ยบิตเรทส้นตีนมากบิตเรทส้นตีนมากบิตเรทสีแดงเลย
いや、よかよか、時間がないけんよか、もう
ไม่ไหวไปทางอย่างเงี้ยแหละ
セッティングをちゃんと自分たちして、もう時間通り始まる。だけんそこは自分たちで対応して。はい。いいね。ちょっと聞いとけよ。今、実行委員長が言うけんちゃんと聞いとけ。はい。
今からもうあと5分後に始まります、本番が。お客さんだけに時間ないかもしれないけど、これが最後の1回になります。で、見えます見えない最後で真ん中ね。
誰の中
ねของอันนั้น
これ飛んでないってこと飛んでるよ。
今飛んでいます
そこはもう
แม่งต้องหลุดแน่รอมันหลุดเลยจ้าตอนนี้ไม่ได้ก็คงต้องไปทางอย่างเงี้ยแหละฟังไลฟ์สดอยู่นะ
คือได้
ไม่รู้
เราต้องไปแสดงไป
デモか YouTube か今が大丈夫ですデモか
ได้อยู่หรอกแต่ว่าไม่ค่อยดีนะไม่ไอ้บิตเรทตรงนี้ไม่แก้ตรงไหน
เราต้องไปข้างหน้า
ต้องอ่ะไปก่อนเลยก็ได้ไปก่อนเลยก็ได้ไปก่อนเลยพ่อทำก่อนเลยไปก่อนเลย
会場にお越しの皆様、ライブにてご覧の皆様もようこそいらっしゃいました。
It's time to get started. So I'd like to start 21 on the Wi-Fi School Summit.
お時間になりましたので、ただいまから第21回世界高校生サミットを始めさせていただきます。The process taking place all and what the solution summit, which we propose now, is anyone there? This if you want to do this, then you must solve the problems that we are going to give you, such as these parties and global pandemics and human rights violations. If you want, try to solve it.
What's the heck? What's going on?
Try to solve these three problems.
Now, it's the beginning of the 21st World Wide High School Summit.
こちらは第11回全国高等サミット。
I am Kari and this is Mizuki. We will be your MCs for the first half today.
前半の出演を務めさせていただきます。シネの
Contact this.
よろしくお願いします。
Unfortunately, to prevent the spread of infection from the virus, this is going to be live streamed and no audience. We kindly ask for your understanding. I will be excited by the crowd from live stream.
今年の高校生サミットは新型コロナウイルス感染拡大防止策により無観客でのライブ配信となっております。ご協力ください。インスタライブ、YouTube にて配信をしておりますので、ぜひ最後までご覧ください。
To begin this program, I'd like to call our first principal, Ms. Koga, to have a welcoming speech from our school at Point X.
まずはじめに、校長挨拶。校長先生が柳川高校のザ・ポイント X よりご挨拶いたします。校長先生、お願いいたします。
最近みんな聞こえる？みんな元気？多分めっちゃみんな緊張してると思うけど、ちょっと待って、俺、目をマスク。小林先生、ミュートですよ。大丈夫？大丈夫、大丈夫。OK、OK。みんなね、サミットの歴史20年ある中で、今回、このコロナで、オンラインということで、普通に喋るのもすごい大変なのに、またプレゼンテーションするのって緊張するのに、こうやってオンラインでやると違うまたスキルが必要になってくると思うけど、本当に頑張ってね。今回のテーマっていうのが、インビジブルって言って、そしてその3つのカテゴリーに分けて、なんだっけ、差別とウイルスと、そして社会情勢について喋る話をしてもらうってことで、結構奥深いというふうに思っているので、それをしっかりと表面化、インビジブルを見えるようにしてもらえればというふうに思ってます。頑張ってください。さあ、行くぜみんな。行くぜ。あ、みんな来て。はい、行く。せーの、3年生のみんな、ファイティーン
Thank you very much, Ms. Koga.
校長先生、ありがとうございました。
This year's high school summit consists of 3 groups. The theme is discrimination, virus, and current issues.
今年の高校生サミットは、ウイルス、世界情勢の3部構成となっております。
Even though we were limited to do as last year due to the coronavirus pandemic, we our best. I hope all of you will enjoy this high school summit today.
例年通りの活動ができない中で、私たちらしいサミットを目指してきました。ぜひ最後まで見ていただけたら幸いです。
Are you looking for
หยุดไม่ได้
Imagine what is going on behind the sound. Even if it's invisible, we have to face. Nowadays, in the world, there are lots of problems around us, such as environment, poverty,
ทำให้ตรงเนี้ยมันหมุนให้ได้แล้วถ้าตรงนี้มันต่อ
refugees,
แต่ว่า
and disaster that we are able to see and feel. But we do think the visible things eventually connect to something which is invisible. For example, let's think how COVID-19 changed our lives. The change caused by COVID-19 is visible. But the spread of COVID-19 is invisible since we cannot see the virus. But this invisible are controlled the visible, which means the world is filled with unknowns.
To solve this problem is essential because our parents, families, or neighbors who are standing next to you may be suffering with these invisible problems. In this summit, we prepared 3 topics to present. First, the virus. Just I mentioned ago, and also the COVID-19. Second, the current issues, which include politics, the future jobs, and the demos that operate around the world now. At last, the disparities, which are invisible around us. If you take these problems as the world issues, then it might be hard for us high school students to realize. That's why, under this pandemic, it means a lot that we, high school students, should think and share about those invisible problems. Today, please try to focus on these problems with us. So let's get started from the group of virus. Virus is an issue that is most familiar to us.
まずはじめに第1部です。第1部では今現在、私たちにとって一番身近な問題であるウイルスについての発表です。
Coronavirus has caused so many issues all over the world.
現在、世界は新型コロナウイルスにより、さまざまな問題が発生しています。
Probably some people worry that if they can go back to how it was before.
今まで通りの生活に戻れず、不安を抱えている人も多いと思います。
This group is going to be talking about how to live together with coronavirus, what we can do, and predict the future.
見えないウイルスと共存するためには、どのような対策が必要なのか、シナリオ予想を発表します。
Then good news, the floor is yours.
チームユースの皆さん、よろしくお願いします。
Good morning, everyone. How are you, Sakai? How are you, Kagi? Okay, that's so sad. Okay, today we're going to talk about COVID-19. Look at this graph. What do you think about this graph? Say what you think. No idea? Okay, that's what I thought. I've invited two people to give you guys a speech, so please come in.
Hello, today we're going to talk about the infections of the COVID-19.
Everyone, have you heard about corona depression? Okay, I will tell you. Please look at this graph. We can see the number of persons is increasing. So there are some reasons that make people suffer from corona depression. First, fear and anxiety. Many people are afraid of their family, friends, or themselves to get infected. Out of fear of the unknown, they rush to buy masks and alcohol. Second, burden and loneliness. People are restricted from going out. They feel bored and lonely because of staying inside all day, and there are no communication between us. Third, shame. Patients and families of those who are already sick worry about being discriminated or to be ignored. Above all, in fact, these emotions are no more. But why am I so afraid of COVID-19? So please, Miss Leon.
Hi, so next, I would like to explain that why people are so afraid of COVID-19. But before we start, could you please wake up then first?
I'm so sorry. Please wake up, please. Please.
Okay, thank you. So let's turn back to our topics today. And first, the answer to the question is because it makes lots of that are invisible. And today, I'm going to tell you is pre-infection disease in COVID-19. To put it in detail, we can know that the first infection is the disease itself, and the second infection is fear and anxiety. We can't see this virus. There's no vaccine or drug has been developed yet. So there's a lot of unknown things that make us feel anxious. And the third type of the infection disease is disgust and discrimination. People are kept away from people or objects involved in viral infections by anxiety, fear, or discriminated against people with a twisted sense of justice, destroying trust and social connection between people. Just take a simple example. The woman who has recovered from COVID-19 went back home. The problem she faced with is the corona discrimination, which is abandoned in the community. Her families were kicked out of store, refusing to enter or banning them. And also, the walls of her home were filled by mindless of graffiti. In the end, she couldn't even take a rest while she was at home. And also she stated that she don't want to stay at that place even if the COVID-19 is there. In conclusion, then I want to say why are these three infections are connected? First, there's lots of unknown and unknowable things about this virus, and that causes a lot of anxiety. Second, people are scared away from those who are infected with the virus in an effort to survive, and that creates discrimination. Third, people fear of being discriminated against and hesitating to fear even if they have symptoms, resulting in the spread of the disease. In conclusion, this is a negative cycle, and it only gets the problem worse. At last, I think the first thing that we should face with is corona discrimination. It's because if we leave it as it is, it will, even if the COVID-19 is settled, it will happen again in the future while we encounter something else that's unknown. That's all my speech today, and I wish it can make you to reconsider about this pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you. See you.
See you.
Unfortunately, I have some bad news for you guys.
What?
Tomorrow, Kagi and Champong have to prepare a presentation about the virus. Because you two are chatting in the class. And also, Sakase and Sakai have to prepare a presentation about the future.
What?
Because you two slept in the class. Okay, so you guys do it tomorrow. Let's get started to cleaning.
Oh. That's watching everyone goes out free.
Oh, today class so boring.
I'm so tired.
Won't sleep.
Did you see the news last night?
Which new?
Study this infection rate is occurring.
Ah, I did it. The thing that the infect people when passing through the implant, right?
Yes, it is. I really want to try passing through it.
Me too, me too. The 008 application is also amazing. If that person come in close to you, it's very convenient, right?
Hey, you guys coming?
Oh, then see you.
Bye.
Oh, like you will be a month. Oh my God.
Give the box, please. What? Why?
You hear me?
Just get up.
Get up.
What's wrong? Is anything wrong?
Hey, just because I don't wear mask. How mean?
I know it's your fault too.
Uh,
That's because you don't know the coping manner.
coping manner? What's that?
Oh, you don't know? The coping manner, just use mask correctly and please use it to your nose and your chin.
Sure.
And do you know what should you do when you're coughing and sneezing?
Sure, it is to use a handkerchief line.
That's it.
I'm also if you blinking it is me.
I just feel like that. I'm sorry. Not just only outside, but also at home.
Speaking of home, do you guys know what should you be careful with at home? I learned it. Try to use a mask, wash your hand and gargle. Ventilation, wash your things and run again. Please who take care of the infects into one person. These infecting we often touch and feel your touch.
I see. And do you know about that poster?
These things that you need to avoid, but that places with bad ventilation are the places.
And it's talking very close to this thing.
Then I walk back home. Let's go.
Yes, see you guys.
Wait, don't get to put your hand down, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I know, I did that. See you.
Do you think they will be alright?
I believe that they will be alright. Think is for everyone's sake. They will do it right.
I see. I also want to go travel somewhere too. Let's go.
I'm back home. Oh, I have to wash my hands. And then that because of coronavirus, we have to face many problems. But what about the virus in the past?
How about the speech and the show? What did you think? And now I would like to show you a heartwarming video. Please take a look.
新型コロナから回復して帰宅した女性を同じ愛情の住人たちが祝福して迎えました。
In my opinion, I hope that the case in this video will happen more and more in the future, and that is the way to coexistence with the virus. At the end, I would like to tell you what we should do at this moment. We should not take uncertain information from close. Based on the right information. Don't do things that we don't like being done to us. What we need is compassion for others. I think that we should be respectful of healthcare workers, recruiting people, and the grocery store who are objective of discrimination. They work hard and face to fear in this serious time. They supported us in our lives. Fear is in everyone's heart, and knowing the right things about fear and being rightly afraid is what we should be doing now.
Good morning, everyone. Have you guys finished the homework that I gave you yesterday? Okay, that's so nice. Okay, let's get started from Kagi and Chapon.
Today, I would like to talk about SARS and Ebola. SARS is a viral respiratory illness caused by coronavirus. The main method of infection for SARS is droplet infection. The symptoms for SARS include high fever, trembling, and muscle pain. After 2 to 7 days later, is accompanied earliest and ice. For precautionary measures for general respiratory infection are home isolation, hand washing, gargling, and avoid crowded areas. About Ebola. In 1976, a doctor called Nico first reported a new virus in Africa. The river near the virus passage was discovered near the Ebola River, then fever. Ebola project fever is caused by infected to human or by animals inhabiting African forests such as chimpanzees, gorillas, and bears. It also thought that Ebola should spread from human to human. People People who are infected with that may have high fever, diarrhea, and dehydration. Then, people get obesity, may cause failure and bleeding. Touching the blood or body fluids of infected person may cause the virus to spread by injuries of the bone and the mucosa of skin. By now, the vaccine certificate of this virus has yet been completed. That's all. Thank you.
Next is Black Death. Black Death was another name of plague. There are three major plagues. First is bubonic plague. The symptoms show after getting bitten by the flea due to 7 days. Then, lymph nodes swell as the size of the disease ball, with high fever and subcutaneous bleeding. Second is septic plague. It starts when touching infected blood. The virus penetrates into the body through a wound and affects on the body by the body shock. Subcutaneous bleeding, skin color turns black and become death. And the last is pneumonic plague. It serves headache, vomit, 39 to 40 degrees Celsius fever, and hard to breathe. Next is MERS, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. It's a viral respiratory illness which is near to human. It was first reported in Saudi Arabia in 2012 and has been spread to other several countries. Most people affect MERS develop the respiratory illness, including cold, fever, and have died. Smallpox camels are a major reservoir for MERS and an animal cause of MERS infection in humans. However, the exact route transmission are unknown. Thank you.
Thank you for your overall presentation. Please take a seat. And next, Sakai and Sakate, please.
Over centuries, urbanization has been very consistent around the world. Population density has increased as a result of reducing transportation expenses. However, in recent decades, transportation expenses have decreased due to the advancement in technology. If you can work remotely, order products online, and enjoy entertainment from the internet, the use of living in a big city can be questioned. Most communication can be done using chat or email, and important meetings can be done using video conference. Your organization is likely to further make use of the internet service that they already use. I believe that COVID-19 is telling us to rethink our habits and social content. If we can get through this difficult time, we may be able to achieve a new way of thinking and living. And your organization may be one with. Thank you.
We have experienced what called harmless death and new type of influenza. People who are on your rich family think that they are content. It was the same for the starting of the coronavirus, but the coronavirus has different. We have never experienced of this fear and speech, so people fell into confusion. As a result, there was a shortage of the mask and by putting toilet paper to the box of you. If a celebrity makes a statement about weather issues on internet, it will be emphasized and spread. But this problem is very felt by us. So this issue is often forgot and distant outdates as usual. Anyway, cities were locked down, borders were closed, million people and employees, and many people died within 2 months. This situation made a change. I think that the new type of coronavirus has changed our normal society. In particular, it conveys the need for the future imagination. We must stop the old habit of knowing but not knowing. And be aware that we are living in important moments in history. This is necessary to prepare for the future uncertainty. The ability to imagine for invisible things is essential.
Okay, thank you both. Today's lesson is almost finished, and we have to think about this program more seriously. So thank you so much.
Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy our presentation.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for wonderful speech.
ありがとうございました。
So next book is going to be talking about current issues.
続きまして、第2部では社会情勢についての発表です。
Recently, we are surrounded by so many issues that it is invisible, so some people may think it doesn't matter to them.
現在、身の回りにたくさんの問題が存在していますが、見えないから自分と関係ないと思ってしまうことが多いでしょう。
So, this group is going to tell you what's going on in this world to understand easily.
そのため、私たちの班は、今、世界中に起こっている問題などについて、ありがたく伝えます。
I want all of you to know them and then let's think how we can fix the program together.
皆さんにしていただき、それで今後はどのように向き合っていくのか、私たちと一緒に考えましょう。
Then group SM, the floor is yours.
チーム SM、よろしくお願いします。
Countless occurrences are occurring in the world.
People to radical ways to express their
Jobs are lost due to technological advancements.
Political tension increase between countries.
How should we face these problems?この発表は3部構成となっております。以来の仕事、自分で行います。皆さんも、一緒に考えてみてください。それでは、最後までご覧ください。Hi everyone. Today we would like to talk about demonstration. A recent case and what we have thought to avoid unnecessary demonstration development. Recently, the world has shown their invisible feeling of formal demonstration. Now, it's time to try and fully understand this demonstration. First of all, why do people demonstrate? Simply, it's because they are dissatisfied with the government. In case of a democratic country, when they are dissatisfaction with the government, it is usually expressed by voting during election time. But elections are not held daily. In that case, there is no other choice to express their dissatisfaction through other means. Demonstrations are by far the most realistic and most active way to express their dissatisfaction.
Unlike the revolutions, demonstrations are less briefly. Also, the large number of people gathered demonstrations. It shows power is also more likely to be covered by reporters and shown on news stations. What is beyond demonstration are usually revolutions. This is why the current periods people participated in demonstration. The governments will suppress the demonstration led on its injury. The revolutions are usually such that demonstrations are dangerous. Next, we will be arrested.
Now, we will talk about recent Hong Kong demonstration. First of all, what is Hong Kong like? One of the most important parts of its history is that it was a British colony. In 1997, Hong Kong was returned from the United Kingdom to the People's Republic of China. In return, the one country, two system promised to stop, and the socialist policy were long implemented in Hong Kong until 2047. Hong Kong then became special administrative region of the People's Republic of China. The cause of Hong Kong demonstration in 2019 is the submission of an extradition bill. An extradition bill makes it possible to hand over the current offender in their country who is resident in Hong Kong to mainland China and Taiwan. The reason why the bill was submitted is because in 2018, a murderer from Taiwan fled to Hong Kong and was arrested in Hong Kong. But there were no criminal extradition packages Hong Kong and Taiwan, resulting in an inability to report the criminal back to Taiwan. The main cause of the Hong Kong demonstration
concerned that the hopes for independence will be compromised. Human rights issues, as well as restriction of freedom of speech and expression, are also part of the concern. The reason why the demonstration became so confusing is because not only that the Hong Kong government ignored the 5 demands demanded by the demonstrators, but also started against riots and arrested demonstrators by force. As a result, the Hong Kong had its largest demonstration in its history in June 2019. The most prominent issue in the Hong Kong demonstration was the violence done by the police. Seeing this, you will probably think that the police are really largely bad. But let's look at more closely. Using just common sense, will the police are people who are doing nothing wrong? Let's take our judgment only after seeing from the other point of view, just before the police arrives. As you can see, the demonstrators have caused great inconvenience to the general public who did not participate in the demonstration. This includes police injuries, destruction of stores, and arson. Now, knowing this, let's see again if the police are just physically abusing the demonstrators or if they're just giving public order. Most of the videos uploaded online only consist of police arrests, thus we naturally think that the police are bad. This is also simply because most people looking at the information know and already try to understand the cause of the demonstration. Consequently, due to this, the undefined anger towards police rose, and the whole government is labeled as untrustworthy. Consequently, the demonstrations became even more radical.
Lastly, we would like to talk about what we can do to avoid unnecessary demonstration in government. It is information literacy. You might be wondering how this information literacy is related to demonstration. However, information literacy is much needed in order to judge the situation. Nowadays, demonstrations are widely different from those of the past. In the past, demonstrations are conducted by speech like operation message games. Recent demonstrations, however, make use of social media to spread its message. Making a good use of social media to stay in touch with the support of the world and effectively send message online is the set of 21st century demonstration. However, a large amount of information makes it difficult to know the truth. Therefore, it is necessary to be able to judge the quantity of this vast amount of information. For example, it's practically useless to just look at news headlines, read text without thinking, and judge this as bad. And participating in a demonstration without knowing its purpose is very wrong. We need to learn to properly use various information sources, collect necessary information, and make objective judgments. Thereby, a more accurate understanding of demonstration might save people from today's radical demonstration. That is all from the demonstration group. Thank you for your attention.
Your dreams, what should I do? Anything like?
Me too. What should I do? What are you going on in the future?
Oh, we're going to there is a TV show regarding future jobs soon. Let's watch it together. Watch it.
Kondisi domestik, cinta sekali adalah sama-sama kasih dan sangat tinggi kembali. できる仕事がある、増える仕事もあるようです。今回のニュースでは AI の進化と関わってくる未来の仕事が何か、それらを皆様に伝えたいと思います。
Lately, they are adopted and increasing knowledge space around the world. Distributed division of AI. They are also adopted and increasing the division of AI and interpret that is leading way to try to discuss this topic in Japanese.
まずは今、現在から将来にかけて、仕事がまだ必要であることです。常にあるという仕事は色関係です。技術の奥職務は新作な収益が出た。しかし、AI がその後、検索結果のデータが本来の確認できるデータと証拠をし、安全でカスタマイズの結果を出すことが可能になるのでしょう。そのことから、AI が一年ほど多くすることも可能になれば、人しいも他にも大きく低下してしまうのではないか。いわゆる一色部分がかかってくるのも無理はないでしょう。
First, is the job that will be reduced in the future. The first job that comes up is medical related job. Many duty of doctors are taking care of patients and having an operation. However, AI will be able to collect treasures through data, which is huge amount of past medical data, and public debt and medical diagnostic results from a medical point of view. From this, if AI can do lots of the doctor, the status and role of doctor will be created in this so-called theory of doctor are necessary. It is no longer industrialized.
次に捉え方です。それでも皆さんはご存知ですか？それは今、Google が制作している無人の島です。無人の島といっても鈍いではないでしょうか。ということで、中田さんに電話の話でも、ミラークで短いにしていただきます。
Do you know about Waymo? It's a driverless car produced by Google. It is functioning as a driverless car. Oh,
At the drive, Waymo uses LiDAR, which sends out millions of laser beams per second to build a detailed picture of the wall 360 degrees around it. It also uses radar to detect how far away objects are and their speed, and high resolution cameras to detect location. The perfect traffic signal is red or green.
Traffic signals LiDAR.
It combines all that data to understand the world around it. For example, in this fraction of a second, it knows exactly where it is on the road. It can also identify everything around it in full 360 degrees.
Labels view on an object.
And then predict what those things might do next. And it doesn't just do that for the objects.
中田さん、いかがでしたか？
Yes, so good to hear.
未来は早いですね。次に、上の2度をおっしゃりたいと思います。まずは、自動車の事情です。2016年、自動車事業による世界の死者はおよそ135万人だったそうです。さて、2015年の世界共通による死者はおよそ240万人も到達と言われています。というのに、世界の人が事業に発す確率は3分の2となると言われています。それを確実に信じられることができるというのです。
I would like to show you the two benefits of Waymo. First of all, the current situation of car accident. In 2016, the death toll from car accident around the world, it was about 1.35 million people. And they're injured in a vehicle collision in 2015. After it has said that it was about 2.4 million people. This will say that people all over the world have so much chance of having an accident. It is Waymo that can revolutionize this problem. Next, I would like to tell you the individual benefit. Waymo think.
次は、すでに現在となって、ベリーの仕事、つまり、レギュラーを仕事をしたいと思います。
Now, we would like to discuss the job that are related to this.
電脳のプロジェクト。近年の人道は難しいものです。何でも遺伝性力のようになってきています。電脳プロジェクトネクトなどは、ご機能力のある薬を、遺伝のロードな形で、完璧にその人に合った薬を作り出せるものです。それにより、日本の建国を適正が提供することがされています。
Genomic bioreactor, the evolution of medicine in recent years is tremendous among them. Medical treatment is at the genetic level of the genomic bioreactor. It is the creation of medicine that can deliver structure of gene that can perfectly match with their genes. It is the health of the Japanese people and life expectancy is affected people.
あなたの自身